Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Afternoon.
I'm up here. And you're down there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Feels a bit weird.
I feel tall somehow.
You are very tall.
Yeah, really.
4'11".
Not far off,
All right.
unfortunately.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for watching. Welcome to episode 14 of Cloud Native Weekly. Today, we're going to take a look at the Cloud Native Landscape.
Yep.
Something else that's new.
10 minutes.
Carl just watered his plants
Yep. See those?
just
back
right
there?
before the show. Yeah, he
Yep.
just did that.
Very cool.
Yep. Because it's really hot. Well, it's really hot for Ireland, to be fair. So
It's really hot over here as well.
We had a bit of rain here. It's cooled down. Yesterday was horrible, and now it's like 18, so it's not too bad. Oh no, 21.
yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah.
It's
like
30 here.
24 here.
Jeez.
I'm
we got
not
30.
not built for the heat. It's not great.
No, I just I'm still on my holiday or on my annual leave. So this is the only couple of minutes I'm going to be spending in this office because the sun is coming from right over there.
Same. This massive window I got. Like, literally, it's taller than me. If I stand here, I'm inside the frame, and then like, literally.
But you're only little, so it's.
I'm less than you. I'm like 4'10". No, I'm 6 foot. So it's a big window.
Wonderful addition to the show. We know the size of Rich's window.
It's south-facing as well, so the heat just streams in. But yeah.
Cloud
you
Native
got one of
window.
those. You got one of those very expensive. What's it called? Fans, right? The ones that.
Yeah, I got a Dyson.
Yeah, really
it's
good one.
upstairs.
Yeah,
I need to bring it down.
All right. How's your week been?
Hot.
Carl, how's your week been?
Hot.
Yeah, pretty warm. In other non-weather related news, doing a bit of Terraform, bit of pipelines this week. So doing some deployments from a customer for the Azure Arc stuff we've been working on, and helping a few folks with some AKS queries, some Kubernetes queries. Yeah, it's been a productive week. Also studying for the CKA.
Good.
Yeah. Doing a lot of review of stuff I already know, but just following through with that Code Cloud course that's on Code Cloud and Udemy from Mumshad Manabeth, I think is how you pronounce his name. So yeah, it's an awesome course. I think pretty much everybody that I talk to that does the CKA uses that course. So yeah, 5 a.m. starts just to get some study time in. So I think I've managed 4 days out of the last 7, so it isn't too bad.
Not bad.
The few that I haven't managed are because the baby has decided to mess about during the night. But yeah, it's been a productive week. I'm tired, but I feel like we've accomplished a few things. So. What about you?
Do kids wake up?
7-ish. Well, actually,
2 hours.
The girls wake up about 5:30, and they're told to go back to bed repeatedly until 7 o'clock. So.
Just get them learning the CK with you, mate.
Yeah, just get them down, the laptops out, and just study along with me.
There's great kids books for Kubernetes. Cloud Native.
We've got some over here somewhere.
I'm going to buy them and then get the. Do they have plushies for the animals that are in that book?
Yep. And
Pippi or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Pippi, Captain Coob, loads of them.
I'm going to have to put them up there. Get them and not give them to the kids at all. Just put the toys up there.
Yeah, they can just watch it.
Yeah. What about your week, Wesley?
Well, I'm still on my annual leave, so I literally did nothing. No, I did some studying for CKA, did some other tech stuff, playing with some, more like the hobbying kind of thing, right? Playing with new technologies. Did a trip to Amsterdam for a day, which was nice. Yeah, weather was nice. It wasn't as hot as it is now, so it was just shopping for our daughter because school started this week, and apparently we need to go shopping in Amsterdam when that happens. No, but it was a nice day. Other than that, no, relaxing, looking out the window, doing nothing. Already went through Netflix, so now I'm just starting with video games. Yeah.
Awesome. Which game?
I'm currently. It was released yesterday. Starfield. That's that game.
Yeah, very cool.
Need to check that out.
If you have Game Pass, on Xbox.
I do. Let me know what you think of
Download
it. I'll go and download it.
I really like it. It's somewhat, you need to invest some time to get up to speed, and it's a very big game, very elaborate, but I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Richard, your week apart from hot.
So apart from being hot all week, apart from today, I've been doing a lot of documentation, so updating some sort of best practices for Kubernetes clusters and explaining how the bicep works and why we chosen these different options and stuff like that. Bit of Visio, some AKS reviews, so making sure that they're adhering to best practices, and if not, steps to make it adhere to the best practices. Yeah, and helping a lot of people with things as well, which has been quite good. I do like sort of going back to basics and helping people with the troubleshooting and learning how things work. So it's a good skill to have, and if I can help other people learn it, then it's even better. It's not just Google either. It's I've got some skills still.
It keeps the knowledge fresh, right? If you keep having to get hands on to learn stuff. Yeah.
I think that troubleshooting, like good troubleshooting, regardless of whether it's technology or fixing your car, whatever, just a mindset of troubleshooting, that's probably the most valuable skill to have in IT.
Definitely agree with you.
Next to being able to Google stuff correctly, right?
Yes,
it's part of troubleshooting.
And reading the documentation for anybody that might be watching. Simon.
No. Yeah, we know that person, Simon.
I mean, just be honest. You first try and then you start reading the documentation. It's like you buy something, you have it delivered home from Amazon or wherever you ordered it. You start putting it together, you screw it up, and then you start reading the manual. That's how it works.
So you get stuff from IKEA and you try to build it without reading the instructions?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
quite easy most of the time. I used to work at a DIY shop, and part of my job was building all the flat pack furniture. And I used to, I get paid to do it. And they started calling me the flat pack king because I didn't look at the instructions. I just built it. So
I think you need to change your Twitter handle. At the flat pack king.
I mean, let's be honest. The first time you deployed Kubernetes or AKS, let's stick with AKS. The first time you did that, did you read the whole Microsoft docs, or did you just next finish the thing through the Azure portal?
You've got to read about the stuff. You're not going to read it to an exhaustive level, but you've got to do some reading to know what you're doing, right?
The first time I ever played with it, it was just next, played with it a bit, and then went and read the docs. So
next, I agree. Clusters, I'm sure they're secure.
Yeah. No,
you heard it here first, folks. Hooper deploys AKS clusters in the portal using next, I agree.
Yeah,
I have to say I'm disappointed.
I've done it a few times. When you want a quick cluster just to quickly test a new feature, it's fine. I did actually notice recently they changed something in the portal because of that. There's actually a spelling mistake in there, so I need to get that fixed.
Make it so.
We're gonna move on to the news. All right. There wasn't that much news, but
no.
It's been a quiet week news-wise. There's been a few bits, but
yeah. I was surprised by a very particular one that Richard put in WhatsApp this morning. Because we did a couple of sessions on container image signing, and we had some challenges getting it up and running on AKS, specifically with Gatekeeper and Redify and Azure Policy, because Azure Policy deploys Gatekeeper onto your cluster if you do Azure Policy for AKS. But then we needed one specific feature called external data, so you can verify from external sources. And I was very surprised by this message this morning. I think it's been there for a couple of days, but then again, I'm on a holiday, so I did not read that. There is now a feature you can enable using the Azure CLI to enable the external data on the Azure Policy plugin. So Gatekeeper will be configured accordingly, and then you can use Redify on AKS.
Awesome.
So where I said you need to get rid of Gatekeeper and install it yourself, which I said last week, you don't have to. You can now do it. Well, you need version 126.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the cloud. Things change so fast.
It really does.
That was
But that simplifies things for you, right?
Oh yeah.
it does, because you don't need to manage the gatekeeper anymore. You don't need to keep track of it. Azure does that for you. All you have to keep track of is Verify, but then again, that's installed through Helm chart, so that's relatively easy. Yeah, I was very surprised by that. I like that. Maybe they just watched the show and thought, let's fix this.
Mm.
I
It
like
would
that
be
a lot.
nice if the Ratify was part of the Azure Policy Gatekeeper add-on. You know, you enabled that Azure Policy and it puts it on for you
Yeah.
with
Okay,
an option.
let's channel that to the folks behind Ratify, and
Yeah.
you know, it'll be the news next week now, right?
I mean, it would definitely be the next step. I mean, you
Yeah.
can now enable, or you can configure Azure Policy to only allow signed container images, but you need Ratify for that. So why not push it to the cluster automatically?
Yep. Would
All
be
right.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Simon. Thank you for watching.
I wonder if he heard us moaning about him.
I wouldn't call it moaning, but let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
What do we have? We have
Wasm.
the Wasm, yeah. Or that's how I say it. How do you say it?
Wasm.
Wasm.
I'm afraid.
What are you
Yeah,
saying,
for-
Wesley?
Well, I said chasm once, which was chasm.
Yes.
So now, by that definition, it's Wasm. That's how I pronounce
Yeah.
it.
Let's say Wasm. Hopefully we're saying
Okay.
it right. But literally, I think it was like yesterday yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, the CNCF released this new landscape just for Wasm products, basically. So if you want to have a look at that, go click on this link. This isn't the landscape we're going to be talking about today, because there's another landscape, the CNCF landscape. But it's good to see that they are focusing on this technology. It sort of tells us all that Wasm will be probably the future of how cloud native technologies are going to be developed. So definitely keep an eye on this and keep it close to you, I would say.
Awesome.
All right.
And then what's next on the news, Karl?
So next up is a piece of our own news. So we've been doing this Cloud Native Weekly podcast, vidcast, vlog, whatever you want to call it, weekly show
Thing.
thing for about 14 episodes now, right? So we're going to add another show, which probably on a monthly basis, called Cloud Native Conversations. So that's going to be a longer format. So this show, the Cloud Native Weekly, we try to go from anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, there or thereabouts. So short format, easy to consume on your lunch break or on a coffee break or whatever. But we're going to do some longer format shows as well, maybe once a month. And the idea there is to have it be more relaxed, less about hands on the tech and the demoing, and more podcast type, interview type format, where we're getting to know the people behind the Cloud Native projects and the Cloud Native Foundation, but we're also getting to know the people that are using the Cloud Native tech and what a difference it's making to their businesses and the lives of their clients and customers. So, yep, working on an awesome first guest, right, Richard?
Yeah, we're hopefully going to figure out some information first and then approach that individual, and should be good.
Yeah, so looking forward just to having a chat with people and getting to know the folks in the Cloud Native community.
Yeah.
More like a friendly conversation.
Yeah.
A funny one.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Cloud Native and jokes, you said, right?
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Cloud Native and jokes. Yeah. All right.
All right.
What else we have? Yes.
We have this one. So yeah, the CNCF Ambassador Fall application closes this Sunday the 10th of September. So if you haven't applied yet, go and apply now or very soon before Sunday, and hopefully you can become a Cloud Native Ambassador.
Awesome.
And when do we have the results?
The results are end of October, I think, just sort of before KubeCon North America. So yeah, not too long to write.
Is that something you renew on a yearly basis, or like the MVP stuff, or what way does that work?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So that should be good. I think we had Rob on talking about GitOps recently. He was part of the Spring ambassadors, and I think you get it for a year, and then you reapply like you do with the MVP stuff. You fill in all that form stuff, so you sort of reapplying to be considered for renewal. So yeah,
Awesome.
should be good.
Fingers crossed for you, mate.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed. All right. We're already 15 minutes in.
Oh wow,
We talk a lot. We talk a lot.
We talk a lot. Yeah.
Mostly about weather.
I'm watering plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to move on to.
I've been told not to kill them, so
Yeah, but
that's a lot of pressure, mate. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is. Even though they don't require much care and maintenance, I'm scared I might kill them. So
it's like when as a kid, you it's like when as a kid you had to walk around with an egg for a week and not break it.
Really?
I just saw that on TV. I never done
that.
Oh,
okay. I thought this was some Dutch thing or something.
No,
Dutch
give all the kids Tamagotchis and tell them not to kill them.
Oh, Tamagotchis! That was
they were so much fun.
Oh, did you know that when you press the two outer buttons, you reset it?
No,
I was that kid.
You used to do it to everyone else's, didn't you?
No, if someone left it unattended, I did that. I'm not proud of it.
You're a Tamagotchi serial.
All right. Next week on Cloud Native Confessions.
Yeah, that's a third show we can do.
Yeah, I like
just
it.
Just Cloud Native Confessions where you're using Cloud Native technology and it completely explodes in your face. I mean, that's a good. People.
What did you do wrong?
Yeah.
That sounds like something for me.
Blameless postmortems live on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess it's a great idea. We need.
Yeah. No one steal that idea, please.
No, nobody steal that idea. We want that.
Yeah.
All right. So, where do we get our stuff from? How do we decide? Well, that's another question, but where do we get our stuff from? How do we know what we want to talk about, what the options are? And there is a landscape.cncf.io. It's huge. It is huge. It's very hard to demo, but we're going to do that anyway. We're just going to start sharing my screen. And then you'll see that it is very big. But then again, if you're just on your computer by yourself, you can just, I clicked it too. You can just go to the website and then you can browse through it. You can export it to PDF, like it says here, or PNG. So this is the nice PNG version, which I zoomed in a little bit. And as you can see, it is huge. It is very, very big.
Bars. There's so much space on those scroll bars.
Look at this. There's no end. That's just. But what's very good is that it's very structured. It's not just one big list, but you can see what's regarding databases, streaming and messaging, application definition, image building. So that's when you talk about Backstage, Helm. You can see whether it's an incubating project, whether it's a graduated project. You can click on it. Well, not on the PNG, but you can click on it and then deep dive into it. Here we've got Kubernetes. And that's basically what we look at, right? When we want to talk about a new technology. And we just think about, all right, do we want to do something security related, maybe container runtime related? And then we pick a project, we highlight it. I'd go as far as to say that 50% of the time we've probably not used the technology before. So we dive into it the week ahead, we figure it out, and then we do a nice demo, and then we give our thoughts.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing that we've not used it before, because as you can see, as you're scrolling around this, there are shed loads of projects that we could possibly be talking about. So we try to focus on stuff that maybe we haven't used before, maybe that we haven't used a lot of before, because we assume that maybe other folks in the industry are the same. It highlights projects and stuff. So
I'd go as far as to say, if you have used every single technology here and you know how every single technology here works, and you've got a family, start buying flowers this afternoon. Like,
Right.
It's,
Right now.
it's
You're
a
in
lot of
trouble.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I
Yes,
think that
maybe.
individual may be make believe as well, because it's
Yes,
just,
yeah. I
surely
don't
it's
think
not
it
possible.
exists. Impossible.
No. No. But back to the website itself. Like here you've got, again, I'm going to zoom in again because this is just too big. But we can set it to landscape. We can also set it to the guide. And here you can see, all right, if I go to orchestration and management, what it is, what it's about, even a technical 101 that really helps, and then which CNCF projects and their status.
Yeah.
I like that there's a buzzwords section as well. So, when you're hearing about these buzzwords, this is the bit you can go to and find out which projects work with it.
And we've got a very, very nice list here. That's how we pick it. I really like how they've documented it like this, because I think in the very big world of open source, I mean, that's, that goes back 20, 30 years. So many different projects. Where do you find what you can use? Now you can use it because someone's at the door.
Yeah. Who's that? I wonder.
Whose door?
Yeah.
It's my door. Oh, it's the postman. I'll be right back.
Hey, Google. He does that all day. He gets so many packages. Sometimes I think he runs his own postal service.
He's got to have an Amazon fulfillment center in the garage, right?
Yeah, I think he might. Now we want to see what's in the package, right?
Live unboxing, yes.
Live unboxing.
While he's gone to talk to the postman,
Yep.
I mean, the landscape is, it can be overwhelming, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just look at it, like the zoomed out views, like, where do I even start? But when we already touched on, nobody could possibly know all the projects and all of the bits and pieces. Welcome back. In the cloud native landscape. So if you're looking for a technology or a project to support what you want to do next in your cloud native journey, this is the starting point, because it's like you showed on the screen and like in the guide here, it's separated into helpful categories where you can find the sort of projects you want, and then you can decide whether you're brave enough to go for a sandboxing project, or whether you want to go for something that's incubating, or whether you want to play it safe and just go for a graduated project. Depends on the stage you're at in your journey. But this is the starting point for all of that. Finding out, what projects you want to use in your org.
Yeah, and I love that it gives you all this metrics as well.
Yeah.
Like
you can see how active it is.
Committed. Yeah. How mature it is.
It's really cool. Very good. How much funding they have. That's what I think is very important is that, if you're using Kubernetes, wherever you're running it, you need additional services. You've got this very big toolbox to play with.
Yeah.
You probably want something that's listed here.
You don't want to build it yourself. Generally.
No, you don't want, and you don't want some unmaintained project somewhere which you are not sure of whether it's going to continue. So if it's like a mission critical thing, you want to think about it. Do I go with a sandboxing project, or do I want a graduated one? What is the risk here? And then with all the telemetry you have, there's enough information to even convince your management to invest in it.
And just touching on that, not using a project that's maybe not in the landscape because it might not be supported or it might not be secure or whatever. One of the pieces of news actually that I don't think we brought in here about Dapper passing their security audit or going through their cloud native security audit is the stuff that's in this landscape is governed and audited, if I remember correctly, by the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. So if it's in here, it's all, the information is all public. You can go and look at in the CNCF Git repos and GitHub repositories and the project repositories to see the security audits and to see all the findings. And even I think they're bringing that thing that Christina and Devochko is doing with the sustainability. Yeah. And you can see the audits and the progress that they're making towards all of those sort of goals. So when you're picking a project from here, obviously there's risks depending on what level of
Mhm.
Graduated incubating sandbox. But it allows you to pick a project with the confidence that it's being it's been audited and it has oversight from a foundation like CNCF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
For sure.
I think it's just good to double check here. Well, double check. This is probably your go-to resource to check what you can use. If you've got a question from a team or from a dev team, hey, we need something running databases or streaming and messaging, this is where you go take a look. This is what you check out. Is there something in there that will work for us? Is the governance okay? Like the security audits, the security checks, is everything okay? Is it in there? You're good to go. We even got the WASM here already.
Yeah, which is good to
Look at
see.
that.
A lot small. It's a lot smaller than the other one, but it will be growing, I think, quite a lot.
If you just look at the last couple of years, well, the last year mainly, when you talk about WASM, how much it's gaining in popularity, how much it's growing, I expect this to be a very, very big landscape within the next year.
I see a nice icon there, a nice purple one under hosted partners or hosted platform. Sorry,
What do you
nice
see?
little purple one. Yeah, that one
This
right
one?
there.
The AKS badge,
Yeah.
right?
That is, yes. So
Ah.
AKS clusters actually support WASM out of the box now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to play with it, it's a good place to play with it.
Get started. Nice head count as well. Not a small company. I wonder who built it.
No, yeah.
So yeah, but you can you can do the card mode if you want that. It's probably a bit easier to scroll through. You can just set your filters here. I mean, if you just want to take a look at just orchestration and management, this is probably the best way to scroll through the thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I mean, this does give you the wow thing, right? It's just how big this is.
Yeah. I wonder how big it
Wow.
would be to print. Like maybe we could put it on Karl's wall or something as a background.
yeah.
We print it. We put it on the
You'll
wall.
Yeah, you probably have to print it like once a week or so, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not very
Yes.
green and sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terribly sustainable, right?
Yeah. No,
definitely.
what you need is a beamer that projects it onto the wall.
Oh, a projector. Yes, I got one somewhere in one of my things. Hey, maybe next week. No, maybe next
minutes
week.
of
I'll pull
tech.
this blind down and I have it projected there for you.
That's 10 minutes of tech next week, beaming the
Yeah.
landscape onto
Beaming the
Richard
landscape.
Get a
You can
little
also
laser
see
pointer as well.
we're getting carried away again. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one special show today. Well, we can also see the members: platinum, gold, silver. I mean, for those interested, we can focus on serverless as well. We've got Dapper here.
And Keto,
Yeah, so
which we've also
and
talked
Keto.
about, which is cool.
Yeah, so definitely a place to take a look when you're looking into something new. And yeah, just very happy that they're spending time bringing this together, as opposed to you having to do the Google journey and figure out what you can use and what you want to use. I mean, I go here quite often. Well, to the CNCF website in general, but yeah, I like it how they brought together something that's all across the world. It's everywhere, and this is your go-to resource.
And just looking at the screen before you wrap up there, Wesley, at the what's in bold just above the landscape headers, you know,
Yep.
1,239 cards or projects with a total of 3.8 million stars on GitHub. I mean, that's sizable. It's like you said, it's huge. And what is that?
People have
57 billion worth of funding.
Yeah, that's a lot
across
of
them
money.
all. It shows you, you know, the stage that this industry is at and the amount of money and funding behind it. This isn't something that's just going away soon. You know, it's the funding's there. The at 3.8 million stars on GitHub, people are using this tech. So yeah,
I think it's fair to say I always used to make that joke a long time ago when I was a little younger, that the days of doing Linux and open source in your mom's basement, they are over. This has become like a huge huge market. It's big. It's being
It's mainstream
supported.
now.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
It's not even just from your startups, it's all the way up to enterprises and everything. So
Yeah.
it's like the whole spectrum of businesses and companies and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
30 minutes.
Cool. And just to let everyone know, the parcel wasn't for me, so no live unboxing,
Oh.
which is a shame. It's for the wife. It's always for the
Well,
wife.
I think talking about the landscape, CNCF landscape, in 10 or about 10 minutes is pretty good. It's an achievement. Hopefully we covered everything that you needed to know inside of 10 minutes. But as usual, if you have any questions or queries or recommendations for what you want us to cover in a future episode, just hit us up on Twitter. You can see all of our Twitter handles just down here somewhere.
Yep.
So feel free to tweet at us or send us a DM or just pop out and say hello.
Or even the cloud native handle just above Karl's head.
Yep, that works.
Yep.
That one.
And if you want to check out the landscape, I'll put it up once more. It's landscape.cncf.io. So go check it out as well. Yeah.
All right. And with that, we're out.
Thanks for joining
everyone.
us.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. And,
see you next week.
Have a good day.
See you guys.
Where's my? Oh, I gotta go this way. Yeah. Bye.
Where am I?